I always rooted against Duke, always. But starting to do this show, because it's JWill, it's Mr. Duke here, and I actually am in a room with Jay more than I spend time in a room with just about anyone in my life. It's 5 hours a day. So and this is not some dude who roots for Duke. The dude's jersey is hanging in the rafters, right? So I root for Duke because of that. But I wouldn't care if it's Krzyzewski's last season. If not for my relationship with Jay, I'd be rooting against Duke still, Chris.
Yeah, it makes it hard to hate on Duke knowing how good of a guy JWill actually is. Now, that being said, I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to do it. And it puts me in an interesting spot, Max, because that means I'm also rooting against my alma mater's ACC rival in the Carolina Tar Heels, and that's the oldest rivalry in the South. So I'm in an uncomfortable position. I wish that both teams could lose in the Final Four, but that's not going to happen. But I think it's awfully ironic that we're talking about the two teams facing off for the first time in the NCAA tournament in the Final Four for the right to compete for a championship.
Which one do you despise more?
Duke.
Because they've been more successful.
It's not just the success, Max. It's the aura that's around the program, right? There's this air about them, how they go about their business, like they feel like they're a cut above, that they are the standard in the ACC, and of course, Coach K having championships or reaching Final Fours across 5 different decades.
But also, Chris, just as an institution,
exactly.
Duke as an institution in the South gives you that feeling, right?
Yes, no doubt about it. And just that model of consistency, like they haven't had the drop-off that we've seen at times with the Carolina program. And so it just makes it feel like they believe that they're better than everybody else, and they're not shy about letting folks know about it.
Here's my thing about the game on Saturday. This is the biggest game in college basketball history.
Hold on, repeat that.
This game on Saturday, Duke, North Carolina, in the Final Four, is the biggest college basketball game in the history of the sport.
Why?
The pie in the sky would have been Duke, Carolina in the national championship. This is the first time, this is the next closest thing. First time these two teams are ever meeting in the NCAA tournament. And when you think about it, biggest rivalry in sports. Even if you want to compare Yankees, Red Sox, you give me other, it can compete. Coach K's last hurrah. Two teams that have never met. Think about the series. Duke wins 50 games. Carolina's won 49. Points scored in the overall series. Duke, 7,784. Carolina, 7,763.
Woo!
So think about that gap. It's so close. And the fact that North Carolina ruined Coach K's senior night. His last season ever coaching, his last game ever at Cameron Indoor Stadium. North Carolina came in, and that was an event, and they won. They celebrated on the court. There was that coaching mishap with Chris Carrawell not shaking Hubert Davis's hand. You have Nolan Smith, who kind of gave him the look away. The rivalry is there, and there is nobody as a Duke fan that I want to see more in the Final Four than North Carolina. It would be so serendipitous to win against North Carolina, to have Coach K in his last season win a national championship, to go through North Carolina. And if we lose, CC, we lose. But you can't ask for a better opportunity as a Duke player.
Jay, do you really feel that way? Because I know that sometimes fans like it that way, like they want to go through their arch rival in order to get to a championship. But that's not necessarily how players feel all the time. Like, I don't have to have the hardest road in order to compete for a championship.
They better feel that way.
Okay.
They better, you know why? Because that game at Cameron.
So you're saying when they were watching the game between St. Peter's and Carolina, they were rooting for Carolina to beat St. Peter's?
I would. Me personally, because I would want that.
Okay.
Because me as a player, that game at Cameron Indoor Stadium, that wasn't a game. That was an event. That was 90-plus former players. That was media bonanza all around.
So much so to the point where Coach K felt the need to go out and address the crowd and say, that performance that we just had is not reflective of this team, and it doesn't reflect the standards that this program has. When Coach K felt compelled to do that, I was like, wow, this is interesting. But now, I mean, based on where they're at, we could look at that moment as the inflection point in Duke's season, where that catapulted them, that allowed them to go on this championship run.
Embarrassed.
And every championship team has that, right?
Yep.
Like, you go through that, right? Max, for us, it was beating the New York Jets on Christmas Eve in 2011, and we didn't lose a game after that. We won a Super Bowl. Like, every team has those moments throughout the course of the season where they're faced with some adversity, and how you respond is going to dictate the rest of the year. And Coach K said it. He said, we got a lot more basketball to play.
We got a lot left.
Got bounced in the ACC tournament by a hot Virginia Tech team, but you saw the way this team was trending with Paolo Banchero and Trevor Keels coming off the bench, bringing a whole lot of energy. You can tell now they're playing their best basketball of the season. And that's
Was
what
it
makes,
inflection
and that's
point,
what
Jay?
makes Duke so scary.
We all need rain and sunshine to grow, right? And that was rain for Duke. And
Did you
here's
get that
one
from
thing that I know.
Krzyzewski, that
Right?
rain and sunshine
You know
thing?
it was.
That's a Coach
It
K
was in
thing.
the bulletin board in the
Yeah.
locker
But
room.
here's
no
what I
doubt.
think.
Yeah.
Trust and believe that those little moments will be clipped off and will be shown to all the Duke players throughout the course of the entire week. And as big of a game this will be nationally, locally, this is why this rivalry matters so much. You know how many North Carolina fans you have that work on Duke's campus? You can't run from this game. People are going to be talking about this daily. Barbershops, at the grocery store, Piggly Wigglies, all the spots. That's what's going to be spoken about. So that sight of having North Carolina coaches run on Cameron Indoor Stadium's court, celebrating against the psychological warfare that's about to be instilled into these players, that's the key to watch.
And if it winds up with Duke winning, getting by them in the tournament and winning a national title, that's the rain that's worth it, right? That's when you need a rainy day. The Final Four is set, and 4 schools have 61 combined Final Four appearances, led by North Carolina's 21st appearance in the Final Four. Stats Incredible is brought to you by My Computer Career, training for a better life. What's up, Chris?
No, I was just going to say that Coach K breaking the tie with John Wooden for the most Final Fours in NCAA history, that when I saw that stat, that just lets you know how great Coach K actually is.
In this day and age, it should
what I'm
not be.
saying. Like,
and
that
you
should not
never
be
had
possible.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Right,
You know,
exactly.
like they went Kareem to Bill Walton, like you should never lose a game, and they never did.
Yeah, they won
basically
10
never
chips
did.
in 12 seasons.
Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
mean,
By the
but
way,
Coach
don't
K
forget
is
all
doing
the
a great
other
job.
legacies on the line now. Hubert Davis is in his first year after Roy Williams retiring, has a chance to win a championship for North Carolina. You also have Jay Wright, who people are saying could replace essentially who Coach K has been as it relates to being one of the greatest coaches. He's going for 3.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.